It's time to get started on the walls. Get these walls up, get this house going. I've got a little bit of cleanup to do around the bolts. Where the bolts come up out of the concrete, it's hard to trowel right around them all nice and sweet. So there's a little bit of buildup. I'm gonna go by with a little chisel and just kind of chisel out around a little bit. Get some of the concrete cleaned out of the threads of the bolts too. I've got one base plate marked up for 16 center studs. I've got the holes drilled in it for the bolts that come out. Unfortunately, one of the bolts right over there landed right on a 16 center. So I had to cut that bolt off, and I'm gonna have to drill and epoxy another bolt in its place about 4 inches off the side. It isn't a big deal. You're allowed to do a certain percentage of bolts, like 10% of the bolts to your house can be drilled and epoxied in afterwards. So get this cleaned up real quick. That way our board, our bottom plate, isn't sitting on top of concrete, leaving a big gap under there. That bottom plate fits nice and snug right to the bottom, and the bolts all fill the holes. So we'll pop this thing back off of here, take it over to the other side of the slab, cut some studs, hook the bottom plate and the top plate together, get a wall tilted up. 8 foot 7.5. I'm gonna write that down right there. Get out of here, B. So I don't have to go thinking about it every time I need to cut one of these wall studs. All my wall studs need to be 8 foot 7.5 inches tall. I've got a bottom plate that's 1.5 inches, a top plate that's 1.5 inches, and a top cap on top of that top plate that's 1.5 inches, and all that totals up to 9 foot, which is how high I want my ceilings. Eight foot 7.5. All right, we're getting some walls tilted up. It's feeling a lot better. I feel like I'm making a house now. Got 3 walls tilted up, these 2, and that one over there, just in case you couldn't see it. We have made a couple little changes along the way. In the last couple days, I've had a hard time logging into YouTube, so I'm gonna take the last, yesterday and today, and I'm gonna combine that into one video for you to keep you up to date. I like to post pictures on Instagram, sometimes on Facebook. I like all my social media to be at the same time frame, and I like to have it all as caught up as possible, so that I'm not posting a picture on Instagram and you're like, oh wow, wait a minute, that hasn't happened yet, I haven't seen that video. I like to keep it all kind of meshed together, so I'm gonna get you back up to date by not making 2 videos and just combining them into this one. A little tidbit I learned from a couple construction guys that I've been talking to: if you've ever bought a unit of 2x6 or 2x4, if you're building a house, it's Doug fir, and Doug fir is not supposed to warp. It's supposed to be pretty good about not warping. But if it's all banded together and you bring it home, you cut the bands, and if you don't get it all put up into walls right away, it tends to warp a little bit, and you'll get some in there that just warp so bad you don't even want to use them. If you take plastic, preferably white plastic, but I don't have any, all I had is black plastic. You take plastic and drape it over your wood so that the sun's not beating down on it, baking out that last little bit of moisture. It won't warp. Well, it hasn't yet for me, and I've heard it won't warp, but it kind of keeps it a little bit moist, keeps some of that moisture trapped underneath that plastic. So I've just been pulling the 2x6 out from underneath the plastic in the middle, and then moving I have the plastic stapled to a piece of 2x6 on each side so it doesn't blow away with a wind. And that's how I'm kind of keeping it. That's how I've been told to kind of keep it from warping. So a little tidbit for you there. There's a couple of my other beams I have to put up, 6x6 beams. And a whole bunch of OSB out here that I bought ahead of time. So stuff's on sale. I didn't want to miss it. I actually got it for $6.50 a sheet. Back when I built my garage at the last place we lived, I think it was about 12 years ago, maybe 10, 11, 12 years, something like that. The stuff was $9.50 a sheet. So I've never seen this stuff that cheap, and right now I wasn't gonna miss a deal. So I bought 2 units of that, so I have plenty to do the roof and the wall sheathing, get it all done. I'll probably have some left over to do a wood shed and a chicken coop and whatever else I wanna make out of it. So one of the benefits about building our own house, we put a lot of thought into the house beforehand, into the plans, how it was going, what we wanted, but we are changing up a couple things. Number one, the master bathroom, we wanted a door that went from our master bathroom shower outside onto a patio, so that when you got muddy outside, you could kind of step right into your shower, take your clothes and your shoes, kick them outside of the shower, take a shower, get cleaned up. You'd be right there to put clean clothes on. But that door, believe it or not, is super hard to find. I haven't actually found a manufacturer that will make that door and warranty it. You'd think a fiberglass or a steel door would work, but there's wood on the inside of that, and the steam from the shower will actually get into that door, and no manufacturer will warranty that door. They say it'll last about a year before the inside rots, or the inside just collects so much moisture that it warps and it won't seal anymore. Now we've seen plenty of pictures of these windows or doors on fancy houses, multi-million-dollar houses that have just huge bathrooms, and they have a door right next to the shower so you can walk out in your patio, out to your pool, however. But we can't seem to find it, and I don't know, I can't find the manufacturer for the door, and the doors that I see pictures of, they don't look super insulated, so I don't know if it's something for an area like Southern California or Florida, where it doesn't really get down in the temperature in the winter as low as it gets up here. We can hit single digits up here, and I don't want to put a door that's not going to seal really well or be somewhat insulated for that bathroom, because I don't want to wake up in the morning and walk into my bathroom and freeze. It's not my idea of a nice home, which is what I want this to be. Nice, warm, and cozy in the wintertime, and hopefully cool in the summertime. So we did change that. We ixnayed the door going out of the master bathroom shower, and we put a huge window in the master bathroom. Nobody lives out that direction, so nobody's gonna see us anyways. The other thing we kind of switched around, we had a huge window that's gonna go on the section wall I haven't built yet. And then we had a door coming into the laundry room. Now, the laundry room, right over here where this other window is, we changed that door. I don't think it would have fit super well, so we put a big window in the laundry room. Two things that we kind of thought of: the door's going to have to swing either open and hit the washer and dryer, or open and hit the toilet. It's going to be kind of cramped. But then when you go into that bathroom, you're going to lock both doors because you're using the bathroom, and chances are 95% of the time you're going to get done and you're going to unlock the door when you're walking back into the main area of the house, and you're going to totally forget about that outside door. So that outside door is going to be locked every time you come up to it from the outside. You're going to have to walk around anyways. So what we did was we put another window in the laundry room, a little bit higher, and then we took where we had that 3 or 4 foot wide window in the, I guess, dining room area of our house, living room area of our house, and we changed that to a door. So you can kind of walk in that door. If you have to use a bathroom, walk in there. Whatever. One of the benefits to building your own house, as you're building, you kind of think about things more, you can change them right there. The headers for that window and this, where this door was going to be, the headers are the same width, the same dimension, so it doesn't really matter what's below it. It can be a window, it can be a door, it doesn't matter. So we're swapping some things around, and we'll get some more of these walls tilted up.
Can you do it?
You can't do that? You can't?
It hurts my back just even trying to do it.
No?
How do you do it? I can almost do it. How do you do that?
Alrighty guys. So I got a couple walls tilted up in the last couple days. The custom lumber that I have getting milled out right now is going to be done in about 5 days from what he says. He's milling it out right now. So I've got 5 days to get the rest of the outside walls put up, which I think there's 10 outside walls, and I've got 3 done, plus 2 interior walls, excuse me, that have, 2 of the interior walls have 5x5s in them that help support that center beam. So, and these walls are 9 foot tall walls. I wanted them 9 foot tall because that center beam is a foot tall, and I didn't want 8 foot tall walls, and then that center beam drops down to 7 foot, and it, you know, it's kind of short. I mean, not that I'm gonna hit my head on it. I'm maybe 6 foot tall, but I wanted it to be nice and spacious above your head, even when you walked under that center beam. So we'll get these outside walls put up, a couple inside walls put up, and then we'll get onto that custom lumber that we have coming. Get it all going, get it all put together. Why are you mocking me over there with my hand signals? You want me to do that too in the video? A little YMCA thing? No, I'm not going to. Can't make me do it. So, if you want to support the channel a little bit, we do have an Amazon link in the description. You can use that link. So if you're going to shop at Amazon, use our affiliate link in the description. It gets us a little bit of cash and doesn't cost you a penny. But until next time, guys, go make something.